Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to establish our base of operations and finally start exploring the universe. We'll need to get journey milestones in order to rank up for the Atlas interface, and I want to start off with one of the easiest milestones, Planetary Zoology. I've seen a lot of people struggle with Planetary Zoology. It's still a pretty rare achievement, and personally, I've struggled too. But I discovered a method that lets you complete it in under an hour. In my video's case, I did it in less than 30 minutes. If you're only here to learn how to complete Planetary Zoology in less than an hour, check the chapters in the description to hop right to that portion of the video. Otherwise, let's get back into the Permadeath series. While I was planning out future videos, I decided to make some offline progress on the Permadeath save by farming even more distress signals. As I mentioned in the last video, it's a great source of units and nanites, and my stack is looking very nice now. But there is one more reason why I farmed distress signals, and it has to do with base building. For now, I only have one more update to show you. Ta-da! New ship, who dis? So this is Skypiercer, and Skypiercer is an A-class solar ship, and if you guys haven't seen solar ships before, it's really cool. Let me show you what solar ships do. So you launch off, and the engines kind of do a little adjusting, and it looks really cool. But the trick comes when you get into space. This guy's beautiful. Oh my goodness. So when you go into space, these are the Vesper sails, and it increases your mobility and your fuel efficiency so much, and it auto charges your launch thrusters. And I don't know, I thought this would be a really good just ship to travel around in for now, and I did invest a little bit of time into unlocking some extra slots. Now, the more observant group of you might notice that I have a ton of salvage data, and when I mean a ton, I mean like a ton, almost 10 mil in salvage data, and that's what we're going to be working on today because we want to build our first base. We are experiencing a bit of an issue, not necessarily with our exosuit, but it's because everything is on our starship, but you'll see that we are starting to run out of space, and I recently learned that 1,000 is the maximum that you can actually put like in your starship as well. It doesn't just keep going up despite a number not being there. So we're gonna need somewhere to start storing things, and especially our more valuable stuff. I've had pirates come at me for all of this stuff constantly. I'm surprised just floating in space they haven't come at me yet. But we're gonna have to build a proper base of operations, and I don't want to go with the planet that we initially started on. I want one that's a little more peaceful. So I did already spend a ton of salvage data before. Oh, what the fuck? Okay, cool. We don't even have a life support module, and this guy gave us one. Should I accept this? I don't feel like I should accept this. Like I'm trying to play like I'm a hardcore iron account on RuneScape. Like that's the vibe I'm getting, and I don't really want any external help. So as much as I would love to keep this, it's not really too much because I have 11,000 nanites, but I'm going to discard it because I want to do, like, I don't want that handout. So I appreciate the guy, but I don't need it. Okay, so construction research station, and we have a lot of different things to get to. I already unlocked some stuff from a previous trip, but then I decided to save absolutely everything. So I do have a landing pad unlocked. I do have Galactic Trade Terminal. No decorations, but I did also grab the storage container, which is where we're actually going to be putting everything. So since we have 164 and it's only 5 to have another one, I'm gonna pick up another one just because I want to be able to kind of store different stuff in different locations. Get a little organization going. We're gonna grab everything but the weed just to wrap it all up. Oh, I'm gonna be short both. Okay. Well, that's literally all of my salvage data spent. Okay, you can stop at any time. I get it. I unlocked a bunch of stuff. Okay, you done? You done? Okay, good. We're done. So, I mentioned earlier that I didn't want to be on the main starting planet. I want to be on this one, which, unfortunately enough, somebody else discovered, but it is such a beautiful planet that I want to call it home, so we're going to. So I have a bit of a vision for what I want to do. I want to make my base kind of like, you know, lakeside with a great view, just chilling out. So we're going to have to take a look at where everything is facing, because these planets are fixed. They don't really move around, right? So we see the other planets up here, we see one over here, so preferably we would want a view facing this way. Actually, is that planet moving? To my knowledge, the planets do not move. They don't. Okay, good. Thank God. This right here is looking kind of promising. How's the view? Very nice. Oh, and it's turning dark as well. You know what? You sold me, game. You sold me. Oh yeah, that's definitely a night view. So it's kind of tricky working with the ground that's this rough, but we're going to get the hang of it pretty quickly. We just need somewhere specific to start. And this is basically the beach line here with, like, you know, this is the sand, this is the water. So I think we're going to actually start right here. So while my base is building, let's talk about planetary zoology. In order to complete planetary zoology, you need to discover all creatures on 10 different planets. This achievement used to be nearly impossible back in the day because of glitches or having no idea where the remaining creatures could be. Thankfully now, the logs will tell us where to find these creatures, but the method we're doing today doesn't even need any of this. In fact, you can complete planetary zoology in less than an hour if you're lucky, and if you know what to look out for. To do this method, you might need to hop around a lot of star systems, so make sure you have lots of warp charges. It'll also be helpful to have your cadmium drive, because the chances of coming across what we're looking for today are specifically in red star systems. What we're looking for are planets that only have 1 or 2 animals on them, but not ordinary animals, anomalous animals. I discovered these planets and their associated creatures during the Adrift expedition, along with 2 facts. 1. The planets that we're looking for appear more often in red star systems with a stellar class between 4 and 6. It's not uncommon for them to exist elsewhere, but I have had the best luck looking in star systems with a rating of 4 to 6. You can find the stellar class right here in your warp drive menu. And number 2, the descriptions for these planets all pretty much describe it physically in weird ways. For example, the planet might be shattered, webbed, or a scaly planet. Keep a sharp eye out for planets that have this kind of weird naming convention where the planets are physically described. I checked the wiki for a list of all planets named like this, and here they are. The biome classification for these types of planets are called exotic biomes. And as you can see, they all follow this same weirdly descriptive naming convention. And yes, a single star system can have more than one of these planets if you're lucky. You'll know that you found the right planet before you even land, because all of the minerals and flora on the surface will look exactly the same. For example, on this bubble planet, it's just all bubbles. Go figure. Also, when you land and check your discovery log, it will show only 1 or 2 fauna total. All you need to do at this point is pull up your scanner and wait a minute or 2 for the anomalous creatures to appear. They almost always appear within a few minutes of landing, and I've never seen any of them hidden away in caves or oceans. Scan the creatures, then go back to your discoveries menu, select the fauna tab, and it's very important for you to click the hold to register completion button. You have to select this button in order for it to count towards your planetary zoology milestone. If you don't, you won't get the star. And that's it. Do this for 9 more planets and you have your planetary zoology milestone. If you found this helpful, drop a like or even leave a comment below for the sake of engagement. Engagement really helps small creators like myself, and it's super appreciated. Now let's check out our new base and see what I cooked up. Okay, so that's about 10,000 ferrite dust gone, and let's take a quick inventory. So we do have 3 rooms here where NPCs are going to live, and they have a little balcony to look up at the stars. We do have a planet over there covered up, and up here it looks really nice at night, so that's going to look great. We kind of have this little middle area that I'm going to figure out what to do with, and this big open garage area. And for the time being, it has our storage containers, and I'm going to put some more items down here, maybe our construction modules, and a little living area for me to, you know, put a bed and whatnot. And then over here, we do have our landing strips, so we only have 2 for now, but our base is going to extend all the way out here. We're going to have biodome areas and whatnot, so we're going to be adding those in and adding more landing strips along this edge as we go. So I did just read a comment asking how to summon a ship that you found but you can't quite get to it, and I'm going to show you guys how to do that real quick. So if you're on controller, you can press down on the D-pad, or you can press X on mouse and keyboard, and then you come over to summon vehicles. and then you go all the way over to select other ship, and these are all of your other ships. Otherwise, this first one, which is this one, Skypiercer, which is this one right here, but we want other ships, so we can select other ship, and this will be the list of all your other secondary ships that you have. This one here specifically was the one that was on the last episode where we had, it was basically a phantom ship. It finally just kind of, like, I own the ship now, so I can summon it here. The only caveat is that you have to have your launch thrusters above a certain threshold in order for this ship to spawn. What the fuck? The launch thrusters are broken. How the hell did it get to me? That's funny. I have no idea how this ship was able to get to me. I guess you just, if it's over a certain amount, then you can bring it to you, but that's interesting. We're just going to leave that ship on the beach for now because we have bigger and better places to get to. So we do need a red system, so we can grab some cadmium. So this says data unavailable, so it's an abandoned area. This one's abandoned too. Unavailable, unavailable. What is going on? That's black market. Okay. Okay, you know what? In lieu of not being able to find any red star that's really inhabited, I want to show you guys a really neat trick. So one of the things I'm going to be working on while we hop star systems is getting our journey milestones up, because the Atlas interface is going to require us to have 10 stars in order to complete it. Right now we only have 5, we're at Kepler, and we need to start improving this, and the only way to do that is to get more stars in other areas. But for the time being, what we're going to do for Planet Zoology is, because I already made a discovery, and I've discovered all of the fauna in this one specifically, and in order to get Planetary Zoology you actually have to hold to register completion. So that's some free nanites, and we go back, we can see that the journey milestone has triggered. This is one of the immediate tells that you're on the right planet. All of the flora looks the exact same, so I'm more than confident that when we land and check out our discoveries that it's only going to have 1 or 2 creatures max. Let's check our discoveries, and we can see that there's only 1 fauna on this planet, which is literally right here. It's already spawned. But we can look around, and there's actually one right here. So that's the creature. It's an anomalous animal. It's not a biological entity. To the left, you can see it says anomalous animal. Oh my god, I cannot speak today. Typically, from what I've seen, there's... Ooh, never mind. I was literally about to say I've only seen one system, or one planet in each system, have a population of only 1. But this one says scaly, and that lines up with the same naming conventions of the other planets that I've seen, with only 1 or 2 life forms on it. Uh-oh. You know what? I've never given someone a bribe before. I'm gonna comply to see if they actually leave me alone. Your cowardice disgusts me. Get out of my sight, interloper. Perfect. Hey, 100k is nothing to me, so if that means that I don't have to panic to get to this planet, I'm perfectly okay with that. Besides, we are still sitting at a frosty 60.9 million units. Not exactly hitting hard on the payroll. Wow. So that's 2 planets in this single system that only has one fauna in it. Beautiful. I think at this point you can all see how very easy these achievements are going to be now. Now that we know what systems to hop to, it's going to be very fast. We only have to do this for 10 planets. Ooh, we're getting our freighter. At least I hope we're getting our freighter. This is really difficult. What the fuck? Wow. Oh no. Okay, no, we're not getting our freighter today. Okay. Wow. Oh boy, combat is a lot more difficult. Our cadmium drive got damaged, but our shields were up. We have a lot of shields. That's crazy. Okay. It looks like we're still not really outfitted for combat, even if we do have, you know, a decently fast ship with damage potential. That is insane. Let's go ahead and repair this. Whew, that was scary. Okay, I guess we're not going to get our freighter right away, but that's fine. So every new star system we visit, we are going to get our exosuit upgrade. You can only get 1 of these every time you visit, and we want to maximize these amount of slots, especially these slots up here. We're going to want to upgrade some of these very, very soon. And while we're on these stations, we're going to talk to every alien we can and request dialect help, because they're going to teach us words. And that's another one. Another one. This is a very geometric planet. Look at this perfect block of square. Perfect cube. Look at that perfect cube. I'm at 5 out of 10 stars on Planetary Zoology, and it's been like less than 10 minutes. It is absolutely incredible. That's number 6, 7, 8. That's number 9. And there. Now everyone knows that I can count to 10. That's Planetary Zoology completed, and that really didn't take more than 30 minutes to do. Wonderful. There's only one more thing I want to get to in this video, and that is crafting an S-Class fighter from scratch. To do this, we're going to look for a level 3 economy system with Viking inhabitants. Because level 3 economies have a higher chance of spawning S-Class ships, and Viking systems have a higher chance of spawning fighter starships at the space station. This ship looks really cool in general, but we're just going to take the cockpit. To do this, we first need to buy the starship, then we head over to the same terminal that we used to scrap the ship, but instead we select this option to get a ship part. And unfortunately we don't get anything else from it, but thankfully we have a lot of units to work with. I'll take those engines, good sir. And finally we have the wings. I really like the vector wings. I've built a few starship with these wings now, especially on my main where it's like this black and pink crimson ship. It looks really cool. The last item we need is an S-Class reactor, which we can get from this technology merchant. 12,000 nanites is pretty steep, but it's definitely going to be worth it. Now all that's left is to assemble our ship, so we're going to come over here to the Starship Fabricator, and once we build the basics, now we can customize the color. This is why we wanted to build our own ship. I'll stick with the red theme for this account. I like the darker red, and I think it makes the ship look a little bit more menacing. At long last, we now have our first S-Class ship, and it's a fighter. I'm gonna have those pirates shaking in their little space boots, let me tell you. I'm not sure what to name this ship though, so if any of you have any ideas for me, let me know in the comments. Unfortunately, I lied when I said we would be getting our first freighter. I had no idea that space combat would be this challenging on Permadeath. Honestly, I thought I had it all figured out. But now that we have our S-Class fighter, all we need to do now is upgrade our firepower and get a few more upgrades. So in the next video, we're going to do exactly that and finally get our first freighter. Hopefully. I could die. That would really suck. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like and I'll see you in the next one.